Hey everyone, we're going to discuss the prior knowledge of chapter 6 right now. And prior knowledge means that everything that we're going to discuss in this video has already been discussed earlier on in this year, which doesn't mean that it is easy per se, but it's not new. So if you find this difficult, this is the time and place to practice it now, because during this chapter, we will all assume that you are able to do this, okay? And the first thing that we're going to do is the theory A about the order of operations, also called de rekenvolgorde in Dutch. Two major things. One, calculate in the correct order, which I'm going to explain in a moment. And two, write down your intermediate steps, which is equally as important. I'm going to show you how to do that in a moment. What was the order of operations again? 1. Calculate things inside of the brackets. If there are any, of course, right? If there are no brackets, you can skip this step and go to 2. Multiply and divide from left to right. Are you done? Then go to 3 and add and subtract from left to right. So here I have exercise 1a. If I want to calculate this, what I first always do is just copy the exercise. So here I start by copying 4 plus 5 divided. You can use this sign or just 2 dots, right? 3 minus 5. First step, calculate inside the brackets. So first do 4 plus 5, which equals 9. And I'm going to write this down now like this. First write down this intermediate step. Then now check, I'm done with the brackets. Now do multiply and division from left to right. There is no multiplication, but there is a division. 9 divided by 3. Write that down first. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Minus 5. 3 minus 5 equals minus 2, right? Okay? So, and if you don't have any brackets at all, right, like here, then skip the step. 20 divided by 5 is then the first thing that you shall do. We can also cover this one. Let's do that. So at B, 20 divided by 5 minus 4 times 3. So here, I don't have brackets, skip that step, multiply and divide from left to right. I can do this first, because that's the first thing that I encounter if I go from left to right. 20 divided by 5 equals 4. But remember, skip the multiplication. First do the multiplication. 4 times 3. And you may write this down in the same step, right? So do the division and the multiplication in the same step. Gives me 4 minus 12. 4 minus 12 is minus 8, right? So use the order of operations and please write down your intermediate steps. Here I do it from top to bottom. I don't mind here if you do it from left to right, right? I like writing from top to bottom here as well because they can very quickly see which steps disappear and become 1, right? 4 plus 5 equals 9. That's right here. And then 9 divided by 3, oh, that's the 3 here. That's why I like to work from top to bottom, but it's not mandatory. You can do it from left to right. And then theory B was just working with letters, and when we have formulas with letters and what they mean. Remember, mathematicians are lazy. So if we have a practical example like the length of a candle with the formula L equals minus H plus 36, we don't write down the length of the candle equals minus 8 times the hours that the candle have been burning plus 36, because that takes up a lot of our time. So the letters are just abbreviations for certain things. The L means the length of the candle, and the H means the number of hours the candle has been burning. This formula can help us quickly calculate, in this case, the length of the candle after a certain amount of hours. If I want to calculate how long the candle is after 2 hours, that means H equals 2. So calculate what happens when H is going to be replaced by 2. The H changes into 2. So here, L, the length, equals minus 8 times 2 times, yeah, remember, minus 8H means minus 8 times H. Times, not plus. Don't just paste the 2 after that, then you get minus 82. That's not the same. minus 8 times h, minus 8 times 2, because we want to know what happens when h was 2. Order of operations, minus 8 times 2 is minus 16, plus 36 equals 20, so the length is 20. Let's try to do this now, shall we, without a practical application, without a story surrounding this. We can also just take a formula, for example, 5a plus 6, which is not really a formula, you can say, because there's not something equal to something. Some people say that's a formula. Let's say we have the statement 5a equals 6. And they now want us to evaluate this for when a equals 8. A equals 8 means that the a changes into 8. So if I had 5a, and I don't know why I write down equal sign here, of course this is plus, 5a plus 6, with a being 8, that means the 5 is still there and the a changes into 8. 5 times 8 plus 6. 5 plus 8 is, 5 times 8 is 40. It's getting late, I need a cup of coffee apparently. Plus 6, of course, still there, is 46. And here you just see me doing it from left to right, just as I said previously. Is my a negative number, for example minus 5, don't you worry, the same things apply. We take our thing, 5a plus 6. The 5 is still there. Now the a changes, that's seriously not a multiplication sign, changes into minus 5. So 5 times a is minus 5. Plus 6. Plus 6. Calculate this. 5 times minus 5 is minus 25. Plus 6. And remember, I'm negative right now. So minus 25 plus 6 gives me minus 19. Okay? And if a is 0, just fill in a is 0. Then I get 5 times 0. Yeah, that's easy. That's 0 plus 6. So the answer will be 6. If I have fractions, don't you worry. Just fill in the fraction. Okay? Practice with this, please, because this is something that we are going to need a lot during this chapter 6. Good luck.